95 chains. I'm a ball out Tom Brady. Michael Vick, I'm a dog.
What's going on, everyone? It's your brother Jamon, man. Welcome to my YouTube channel 95J. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe, comment, let me know how you're feeling. If you've shown love already, man, I gotta take some time to let you know how much I really do appreciate it. Being new to this space is a grind, but we're looking to, work it out and get better every single day. So far, my channel has consisted of a Road to Glory series in College 25, where I'm working on my quarterback, building through his college year, and eventually I'll transition him to Madden. But I also have another series called Thoughts with Jamon, where I share spiritual and biblical thoughts that I believe could help you. Now, this video here is special because it introduces the Madden Move, a 32 online franchise league where I am the operator and commissioner. And this year, as always, we will be rebuilding the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to push out a lot of content for this. All the members have bought in. They are hyped and ready to go. There are rewards for Super Bowl champion, runner-up, and MVP finalists. But in this video, I'm bringing on a guest, Coach SJ, Steven Jackson, a new member to the Madden Move, coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And today I wanted to pick his brain, get his thoughts on his team before the season got started, man. So again, hit the comments, hit the like, subscribe, let me know how you're feeling, man. This is going to be a good video. Steven, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. Let's go. All right, Steven, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Madden Move. For my very first question, though, I wanted to ask, why the Jacksonville Jaguars? What about this team drew you to be the head coach and to take this team as far as you plan to take them?
What's going on, man? So to answer your first question, the Jags for me, obviously it's a homer pick. You guys see behind me, I'm a big time Clemson guy. You got Trevor, you got ETN. I just think it's the easiest way for me to enjoy Madden, if that makes sense. I'm a college guy through and through. I'm more of a college football fan than I am an NFL or Madden guy. So when I'm able to kind of transition over to Madden and I can use one of my favorite quarterbacks, my favorite running back, it kind of makes it easier. If you look at the wide receiver core, Devin Duvernay, Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis. I like what I have in the wide receiver room. In the secondary, you have Andre Cisco. You have a guy like Tyson Campbell. Linebacker core, you have Devin Lloyd. You have Fred Olukun. Defensive line, you still have Josh Allen there. So I just think overall, the team as it in itself is going to be really, really fun when you look at rebuilding them. I think I can compete with them off the rip. But when you look at rebuilding and wanting to retool them and build the roster based off of my liking, I think it's a little bit easier when you have a guy like Trevor Lawrence and ETN to build off of. And like I said, I'm a Clemson guy, so got to enjoy being able to use them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And man, if I'm honest, taking a look at your team, probably one of the most underrated defenses in all of the NFL. I mean, a strong linebacker core, but with contracts looming with Andre Cisco and Tyson Campbell, I need to know how important it is for you to keep those type of key players a part of the team.
Yeah, like I said, Cisco, Tyson Campbell, those are, two guys who are really going to solidify my secondary, the back end of my defense. I think I'm confident enough to say I can retain those guys. And if need be, and I had to move one of them, I will, or move both of them to get someone else, I will. I feel like I'm fairly good at finding talent in the draft. I think I can hit big in free agency as well. I think the Jaguars are one of the more, like I said, easier to rebuild type of teams. They're not in any big financial issue situations. There's no big contracts that I have to really worry about. I'm outside of the Trevor Lawrence signing. So I think I'm in a good position to kind of build from the ground up. And like I said, this isn't a bad team by any means. I'm not taking over a team that isn't ready to compete. But I do know my work is cut out for me, in year 2 and 3, when, the rebuild is in full effect, when you're talking about contracts and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. So we talked about the defense, but even on offense, you guys have the pieces to get the job done. I'm talking strong receivers, strong tight end, and also an underrated backfield with even a special rookie running back that I believe could be a breakout player for you. Now, Tell me what you're going to be relying on most here heading into this season. Are you standing on the offense or are you standing on the defense? You're looking to be a little more balanced. What's the strong point to this team?
I think overall, when you look at the Jags, I think obviously the glaring positives are Trevor Lawrence, ETN, Christian Kirk. Then you have like the Tyson Campbell, the Devin Lloyd, Oluokun, Josh Allen, Cisco. But there's a lot of, key hidden pieces on this team. You have Tank Bigsby, who's going to back up ETN, who I think is a really good back out of Auburn. Kind of a change of pace back when you look at what Travis Etienne brings. You mentioned Evan Ingram. That's someone I didn't mention as well. One of the fastest tight ends in the NFL. And I think he can play a vital piece when you have matchups with him against linebackers and even some slower safeties. And when you ask about, do I rely more on offense or defense? I think I'm a very balanced user. Coaching wise, I think I can adjust on the fly. Obviously I won the preseason tournament. Not to say that means anything when it comes to the actual season, but I feel like I played some really tough comp. And I feel like I was able to get the job done. That final game against the Steelers user was a very, very good game, which had us both adjusting kind of on the fly, playing, high speed chess, which I love to do. And I think I have the team for myself to make a good playoff run. So I do like Trevor Lawrence and what ETN and Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk all bring offensively. I think defensively it's going to take me a year or two to kind of build the pieces I want. But that's not to say I can't compete with this team immediately.
All right, man. Again, I appreciate you taking the time today. I have one more question to wrap this up. Taking a look at your division, Titans, Texans, Colts. Now, being new to the Madden move, you might not know the member or the coach as well, but those are tough teams that could present a challenge for you. And I don't know if you're a betting man, but 10 wins to end this season, higher or lower, what you got?
So the 10-win mark, I feel like is a solid kind of benchmark. But in my opinion, if I go 10-7, that is an underachievement. 10-7 to me is a piss poor season. And that's just me being honest. I would say, obviously I don't know the Titans, Colts, and Texans user. But I intend on winning the division. That's the first goal. You win the division, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl, given that you get an automatic spot in the playoffs. Again, I'm not overlooking anyone. But 10 wins to me would not be a very good season, in my opinion, playoffs or not. My goal is to go maybe 13 wins, 14 wins. Ideally, I'd like to win every game. I know that's not realistic. Could it happen? Sure. But I don't think that's a realistic approach when you look at the comp that this league possesses. So I've been told. And I think 13 or 14 wins kind of puts me in that breath to be able to clinch that 1 seed. Now there could be another user who's 15, 16, 17 wins, but I think aiming for 13 or 14 wins put me in a position to kind of reach for that 1 to 2 seed, get home field advantage in the playoffs. But again, the goal at first is to win the division. And once the division is secured, to try to get to the conference, win the conference. Because if I can get home field advantage up into that Super Bowl, I think that plays a massive part, being able to play in Florida and not play in the snow somewhere when it comes playoff time for playoff football. So I'm going to go over with 10. I would be very, very shocked if I'm under 10. And I'm not being cocky. I'm just confident in kind of what my skill set brings with this Jaguars team and how it's currently constructed. I would be very, very surprised if I won under 10 games. So if I had to give a prediction, I'm going to say 14-3. 14-3 is what I would say. I haven't looked at my schedule, but I would say that's fair. 14-3 is fair. 13-4. So yeah, I'm going to go over. I appreciate you for having me though, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, you saw it here first, man. You heard it from the man himself, coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Steven Jackson. Thank you for joining us today. He has high aspirations for his team. I like where his mind's at heading into this season. That's it, man. It's gonna wrap up this video. I will be contacting some other coaches in the league to see if they're up for their participation in an interview, man. But that's it for today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. 95J, the Madden move. Let's go.
95J, I'm a ball out Tom Brady. Michael Vick, I'm a dog.